Set 4 will be played on Whirlwind. Spawning in the bottom right-hand position as the Red Zerg, playing for WOONGJIN Stars. His name is Zero, and he's got a pretty solid ZvZ record.
His opponent spawns in the top right-hand position as Blue Zerg, playing for EGTO. His name is Revival.
His new haircut, hopefully reviving some of his skill. More foreigners in the crowd. All right.
All right.
All right. Quagmire style.
I was about to go one step deeper, but I decided not to.
All right.
No, there's one more phrase after that. You know what I'm talking about. No?
All right.
Giggity?
Giggity giggity. That's right. I actually haven't watched Family Guy in a long time, but pretty funny show.
It's a pretty good show.
Yeah.
Actually, one of the first little bit more mature comedy cartoon that I saw when I moved to States.
Ah, cool, man. It's good to hear. Yeah, I love all of the adult humor cartoons. There's some really good ones out there.
You know what's so funny about Family Guy? Part of the production is done in Korea.
Really?
Yeah. Even if you look at the produced by or one of those names in the beginning, you see a Korean guy in there.
Yeah. There's little snippets of Korean in various cartoon shows, like Adventure Time. One of the magical creatures, I believe, speaks in Korean. I think it's like a magical dragon or something.
You know, I thought that was actually my brother speaking next to me in Korean. I'm like, what? What?
Yeah, I think there may be a little Easter egg in South Park as well, but I can't completely remember on that one. Also, Archer, another great cartoon show. Have you seen it?
I haven't seen it, but I heard great things about it.
It's amazing. I completely endorse Archer.
Now, the question of the day for those of you guys who have been following Pro League since Brood War. Now, the last Ace match was back in the last Pure Brood War finals. That was between Bisu and Flash, and Bisu won that game. So who was the last player to win the last Ace match in the regular season of Brood War Pro League?
I don't know. I'm sorry.
I also don't have any clue.
Yeah. Non-hybrid league, by the way, guys. Yeah. So both players have pretty much opened up identical here. Little differences in the gas timings, but you know, they both got that hatchery first, followed up with the spawning pool and then gas. And
this is going to give Zero's just slight edge because he's going to get more gas than his opponent. Yes, his spawning pool is slightly delayed, but it doesn't matter because even if Revival creates like 10 Zerglings, Zero can get 10 Zerglings out in time.
It ends up pretty much just being equal. I mean, it's a very negligible difference.
Yeah. And the only difference, it might make is if Senior tries to go for a lot of Zergling rush earlier in the game, and there is a point where Zero's speed finishes earlier than Revival's speed.
Yeah.
So that's all that Revival needs to watch out for right now.
Yeah, we've been seeing the metagame shift in ZvZ as far as Pro League goes back to a lot of hatchery first openings, occasionally pool then hatch, but overall very greedy styles. And, you know, for a while we did see a lot of one base all-ins, a lot of early 10 pools with aggression. But nowadays, pretty rare. Don't see it too often.
Yeah, in fact, earlier days of Pro League, we thought that this was more like a Brood War ZvZ because at least one player went for the tempo and a heavy Zergling aggression.
Yeah, but players got better at defending, and it kind of fell out of style. And also, we've really seen over the entire course of the Pro League season, the Kespa players start to really get a good hold on Starcraft2 and be overall more successful than the ESF players.
Now, we do have a Bailing that's coming out 4-0.
But first, we have to look at Free and SOS on the bench.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. The two Protoss powerhouse from WOONGJIN Stars.
Yeah. All right, Bailing Nest about to finish here for Zero. We do have a little bit of Zergling production on the way for Revival. He's getting his Roach one behind us. And, ooh, a bit of a mistake there. Going to let 2 Lings into his main base. The Queen will eventually be able to pick them off, but... oh, they may actually get a drone here. And, yeah, 1 drone does fall. 2 drones fall. That's not what you want to see from Revival. And also the second Ling gets a full scout here, so Zero, he knows what he's doing, man.
It was so crucial for him to get the Roach Warren.
Okay.
Because he was trying to hide it until the very last second. That's the build that Revival prepared for today by Zero. He completely scouts it. He goes for a Roach Warren of his own.
Yeah. So the early Roach Warren, not going to be a huge advantage. The layer for our WOONGJIN Stars player about to complete. We do have a layer about halfway done for Revival as well. And he is going to go ahead and grab a fast third hatchery behind this. A bit of a risky move, but it can pay off.
It can pay off if the Zerglings are not scouted, but it seems like the Zerglings, where are they going to scout?
I don't know, man. This is... It's very likely they could scout the main base. Actually, yeah, we're going just right back into the main base, double confirming everything.
Also making sure that the Roach Warren is not cancelled.
Yeah, another important thing. +1 ranged attack on the way for Zero. He is getting a second evolution chamber behind this. The +1 ranged starting at around the same time for Revival, and he is going to go ahead and get that Roach speed. So the major difference between these two guys is that third hatchery is on the way for Revival. But Zero has managed to pick off up to 3 drones there with just a handful of Zerglings. And okay, Zero is getting a third base of his own, but Revival already knows about it.
Yeah, those 2 Zerglings are slowly going to attack and do nothing over time. Well, unless Zero does not really pay attention and allows the Zerglings to take out the hatchery.
Yeah. That would be funny if he actually just like lost that to 2 lings. That'd be pretty embarrassing.
That would be really embarrassing as a professional gamer.
Yeah.
But that's also the reason why I said, you know, those 2 Zerglings are going to do nothing, because I expect Zero to defend against those 2 Zergling rush.
Yeah, well, Revival, he did have a supply advantage. It went away immediately as I was about to say that, but evening up now a little bit. Zero has the supply advantage now slightly. Getting a lot of roaches out. Both players are getting a lot of roaches. The biggest difference here is that Zero, he's going to go ahead and get that +1 armor a little bit faster than his opponent.
Oh, he could have gotten the drone, but slightly out of position, but he gets a fresh one.
Yeah. And I really like this Zero, you know, he's just moving in with little groups of Zerglings, and he's getting a drone kill here and there. And, you know, that's also passively annoying Revival, forcing him to play a little bit more defensive. The Roach movement is now occurring here for Zero. He's going to move across the map. Roach count 11-20 with Zero and a significant lead.
I'm a little bit surprised because right now, Revival with the faster third hatchery up with the faster Roach run, I thought he was going to have Roaches than his opponent, but it's actually Zero who squeezed out a lot more units compared to his opponent. +1 is already done for Revival, but the advantage is going to disappear as Zero's +1 is going to finish soon.
Yep, Revival up to 20 Roaches right now, and he actually has a supply lead. Going to force Zero back. I think Zero realizes, okay, he's got a lot of units here.
Well, he has a supply lead because Zero, he's not droning up anymore.
That's true. Whoa, that's actually... Yeah, 46-62. Revival, all he has to do is hold this aggression, and he will win this game.
Zero, he really wants to deal severe economic damage right now with the Roaches that he has. The Hydras are coming out, but he's going to have +1 carapace finish much faster than his opponent, so he needs to abuse his timing. The burrow is close to being done, too.
Burrow does... I think no, it's got to get. I think it got gooped or something then.
Yeah, I think it got gooped. But you know what's fantastic? Revival, he's not forcing the fight. In fact, he's trying to force the fight in a position where he's going to have the better arc than his opponent. So that's the reason why, even if he has the worst upgrades compared to his opponent, Zero cannot push up the ramp. You know what? And that gives him enough time to get more Roaches out, get the Hydras out, and allow his +1 carapace to finish.
Revival now reaping the benefits of going for a slightly greedier play and getting away with it. Up to 168 to 140 supply. I'm pretty sure at this point Revival either has more Roaches or he is, you know, probably neck and neck. And yeah, he is forcing Zero to get out of there.
That's a lot of Roaches right there.
48-34. Wow. Let's not forget that Revival also had the Hydra up faster than his opponent, so those upgrades are going to be better. And yeah, overall, Revival's actually playing really well this game. Zero, a little bit hesitant to go in and do some damage, and now Revival pretty much maxed out.
Now, Zero, he should know that there's Hydras out on the way, and he cannot overcommit here. If he does that, and if he loses one fight, then he's going to lose the game.
Yeah, that's true.
And this is the reason why he's in such a position. He didn't scout the timing of the third base earlier in the game. He didn't see when the third hatchery went up, so it's hard for him to try to make something work. Those Roaches trying to get inside the main base. I'm not too sure if this is a nice decision by Revival. Let's go as Zero is pressuring from the left side.
Yeah, Zero moving in with a few units here. Gonna pick off that Hydra. Doing the best with what he's got. You know, maybe they'll call off a few lings here and there, but I mean, just look at the supply advantage here. I would love to see Revival go for an attack following this aggression.
Yeah, well, it seems like he's gearing up once again as Zero pulls back to his natural base. Now, Revival gonna get a fourth base behind us at the 3 o'clock position.
It's 172, the 199 supply upgrades are pretty similar here.
Look at the
49 to 23. You know, the Hydra advantage does go to Zero, but you know, only by 6.
Now, another difference is that our Zerg player from WOONGJIN Stars has Burrow. His opponent, Revival, does not, but he needs to buy a little more time because that's a lot of roaches streaming through right now.
All right, looks like we're going to have an attack here. Revival is going to commit.
Zero just needs to buy more time for the plus the carapace to finish up, but here is the attack.
Revival could do a little bit better, moving his units more in slowly. He's going to be able to reinforce with a lot more units behind this. And Revival, he just has more units. The arc is pretty solid for him. The Hydras are going to fall shortly behind this. They don't have a lot of health. And it looks like Revival's managed to take this fight here just barely. But, you know, having a small unit advantage does allow him to win in the end. Zero now on the back foot. Revival, he is playing better and better in Pro League, and we are noticing this today in this game. Looking solid. He's up 179 to 110 supply. This guy, man.
And this happened because Zero was trying to squeeze out as many roaches as possible, but he didn't do anything with it.
Yeah,
he was trying to go for the hatchery. He didn't get any drones. Those 8 roaches inside the main base was just suicidal move, and that's the reason why Revival maxed out. Gets the GG from Zero as EGTO ties 2-2 against WOONGJIN Stars.
You know what? I think we actually got a good glimpse into the actual solidness of Revival.
Yes.
Like, he's actually a good player. He just hasn't been able to show it, man. So Revival taking a win over Zero in set 4, tying up the score now 2-2. Look at how happy Coach Park is, man. And a little bit of a ceremony there from Revival. Nothing too special. Just, you know, showing off the peace sign. And this is great for EDGTL because, you know, they're not letting WOONGJIN Stars get too far ahead of them. And even this up, well, we have Sulky versus Hero next, and you know what? Sulky is an amazing player, but Hero, not too shabby as well. Sulky definitely has an advantage here, but Hero can take a game off of Sulky.
So we'll see what happens on Acro Waste. The score is 2-2. We'll be back after this commercial break.